Hello. So, I'm here today to make some stickers because I'm taking a break for a few hours from the bookmarks that I was up to. Now I'm going to be up to some stickers. And as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of watercolor stickers right here, which I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with. These are all made using watercolor, and they are, while we call them stickers, they are not, they have no adhesive at the back, so they are just paper cutouts. They are cutouts of illustrations and all sorts of fun stuff done on paper. And this is not even great paper, it's not watercolor paper, it's not thick, it's just cartridge paper or drawing paper. The reason I use drawing paper instead of watercolor paper is because it's easy to cut. Remember, whatever we make in stickers requires some amount of cutting skills, and the thicker the paper, the harder it is to start cutting. And so at the same time, since we are using watercolor, you don't want it to be paper that doesn't take watercolor, right? So it has to be somewhere in between, something that can allow watercolor to do something nice and yet be easy to cut. Okay, so today's exercise of stickers, we're going to make a whole lot of stickers similar to what I've already done, but with a whole lot of names that I need to make actually for a lot of people. So let's do that with some of the stuff we have around the house, which isn't too difficult to procure. So one is we need some drawing paper. So drawing paper that I have here is from this Camlin book. Okay, this is this kind of book that I think all of us have. The moment we say want to draw something, paint something, we can go and get this book, which, like, yeah, there you go, 30 bucks. Super cheap, super available at every place, and this is my rough book, and so you'll see a lot of paper sticking out, torn out. And what I like to do for stickers is it's a great concept to make it in a draw out and paint out your stickers in a book like this, and then cut it out when you want. You need not cut out all your stickers up front. It can be tedious, cutting is tedious. And when you're cutting, another thing that you definitely need is a good pair of scissors. I have this, which is, I mean, it's a normal scissor, but it should be good. When I say good, it should cut neatly without too much of effort. It should cut paper quite neatly. And if for some people, the bigger the scissor, the better it is, because hands don't hurt. You need to put your fingers through and cut fine parts of the paper. So a larger scissor might be handy. For some people, small scissors are handy because they work well with small scissors, and those little nicks and curves you get better with a small scissor. So really, I can't tell you whether the scissor is going to make a world of a difference. What I can tell you is the sharpness of the scissor does matter. Okay, so you have to try and do some cutting with the scissor to know whether that scissor works for you to make stickers or cut out stickers. Okay, so this is my favorite scissor for cutting stickers with. Alright, since I have these two loose sheets out here, I am going to start with those. Okay. One more thing I've kept handy is like a micron pen, a size 3. I also keep a larger size, a size 10. Let me just see if I have it here. I usually keep it handy because sometimes I want a thick border. And for a thick border, a size 10 is really good. Size 10, 9, something like that. Oh yeah, I have a 10. Okay, so that's thick. And maybe a size 7 in between. So 3, 5, 3, 10, 7. I'm just going to keep these handy. I don't know when I will need what, so let's just keep it. And of course, my trusty watercolor cakes, Camlin watercolor cakes, nothing like it. And since my big set is out, this is going to be super fun because big set means lots more colors and a lot of fun stuff you can do without too much of mixing. Okay, now let's start with names. I love doing things with names. Okay, and just from a name perspective, I've got a list of names here. I'm going to make stickers for a whole lot of people. So you can see I have a big list. And so I just need to start. Many ways to do name stickers. You can start with writing letters. Doesn't have to be great letters. So the first name is Harshini. Harshini's name, I'm going to go with a purple. Let's see how that works. Oh, not purple. Let's go with crimson. Crimson is good fun. Okay, crimson. Where is crimson on my palette? I'm new to this palette, so I'm not sure where some of the colors are. Carmine, that looks like. I need to keep that sheet handy. Okay, so this is the sheet that comes with the palette. Crimson. Oh, I don't have crimson. Come on, surely. Crimson, yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, I touched the right one. That was crimson. Starting with crimson, I'm going to put down the alphabet H, and with a broad pen. See, it's not perfect. I don't mind having these serifs. What's next? Red. Or maybe orange. I should probably go with orange. Let's go with orange. So as you can see, I'm not perfect with the letters at all. I'm just going all out and kind of giving it a nice rainbow color. Yellow is obviously very light, but that doesn't matter. You can see it. That's good enough. These are all juicy colors. You'll see how thick I'm applying it. They look a little wonky, but that's fine. Viridian is here. I like a viridian when you're doing these rainbow color things because it's a really nice what do we say? What shall I say? Transition from a green to a blue. So it's Harshini. And I'm going with cobalt blue. And some darker blue. This is what? I'm not sure what color this is. Hold on. Okay, not the color I want. Maybe I'll take a purplish color. And I'm going to almost, actually, I'm just going to end with carmine because, or magenta, because that's close enough. Okay, so we have Harshini's name, and I'm going to leave this as it is. Okay, nothing great. Next, while this dries, let's get on to something Simple flowers. We love flowers, don't we? So I'm going to go with some carmine again. I'm going to dilute it. Okay, and I love doing something like this. A loose flower. 5 petals. Go in with a little deeper shade at certain points. A little line here, line there. Super loose. Okay, and maybe some few buds sticking out on this side. Then I go in with sap green. Is this sap green? I'm so lost on this palette. I really need to learn where the colors are. Alright, so again, loose leaves. Everything's loose. I love loose florals. They're so pretty. Okay, so once the flower is done, you can choose to have an extension out of your flower which has one of the 2 colors that you've put down here. So in this case I'm going to go with the sap green itself. So something like this. Okay, straight line, as straight as your wobbly hand will allow. Don't get caught up in, oh, it's wobbling, it's not even, oh, it's just a sticker. Enjoy yourself. Now where should I end it? You should end it where your name ends, right? And you don't know what you don't know how long it's going to be until you put it down. So I'm going to put down the name before I end this this line here. So thinner brush, maybe a size 0, no, not 0, 1. Okay, 1, not so thin, just thinner. Okay, now with the same pink, what is the color? Crimson. With the same crimson, I'm going to go and do some cursive lettering, just plain cursive. So next name on the list is Devashri, and I thought Devashri was here. Alright, it doesn't matter. So I have a very easygoing letter. You know, if you look up online, if you look up hand lettering alphabets, you'll get so many options. So I'm gonna write Devashri. It's a big name, so it's good I did not write the. It's a good thing I did not put the end of those. Okay, that box, because look at how long it is. Devashri. All right, a few dots and dashes just to get the color even. Okay, now that I finished the name, I can go back to my sap green. The sap green that needed to complete this line. Okay, so you're going to complete this line here and give that allowance at the end and close off your box. That's it. So 2 names. Now I've not finished the rest of the flower, so I'm going to go back and put in the little bit of black. I love a little bit of black in the center. You can choose whatever color you like. Some people like yellow centers, I like a little bit of contrast here. Now also my flower looks a little flat, so at this point I can also consider going back with a little bit of the same red color, but let's add some details. For this you needed your flower to get a little dry, otherwise it just blends in, right? add a little hint of color. Even the leaves can do with a little bit of green, so sap green itself, but a darker hue. See, that's it. Don't do too much more, and that's done. Okay, next name on the list is Sapna. So Sapna's name, instead of writing, actually I should have done this with a bigger name. Maybe Sapna is not so big after all. Let me see, what can I do with Sapna's name? Okay, let's do a banner. So, freehand, we're not going to spend too much of time. Again, I will probably take 2 colors. Shall we do a banner with 2 colors? Yeah, maybe. I want to get out of this pink. Let's do green and green, blue and green. Blue and green, yeah, maybe blue and green. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a light green and put myself a nice big bunting. Okay, a little bit of blue, try to lighten it. Just a watery shade of cerulean blue. Then a little bit of green again. Okay, and finally, oh, this could be wider. Finally, a little bit of blue again. Cerulean. Pardon my sniffles. And I'm going to leave that to dry. Next. So that was Sapna. Then we have Varsha. What shall we do for Varsha? For Varsha, I'm going to try something different. Okay, let's try yellow. And I have so many yellows here on my palette. I'm going to try a lighter yellow. What is this? Chrome yellow hue. Okay, chrome yellow hue. Nice name. I'm going to do something like this. Okay, chrome yellow hue because it's a nice bright yellow and yet not like gamboge, which is bordering on orange. We're going to come back and do something nice with that. Next, what do we have next? I can put some monogram here. Okay, so let's try a monogram. Let's try what colors will go one into each other? Yes, crimson. And so what was it? There was a name I was looking at that's rather big, and that is A. I'm going to do an A. If you feel you need some help, just take a pencil, okay, and give yourself a guide. This is always a good habit. None of us should be reckless enough to think that we are so good we do not need a pencil help from time to time. So, you know, a little pencil assistance does not hurt. Although I've been tom-tomming a lot about not taking pencil help. Okay, so that's an A. And now I'm going to mix 2 colors that are quite nice. Will go quite nicely with each other. So I'm going to just keep it a little watery. Okay. The fun part is dipping it, cleaning up, and dipping into the next color before the first has had any chance to dry. Absolutely no chance to dry. Okay, so there you go. This is going to give you a good blend. So wherever it mixes, no problem. It'll give you some lovely shades. And where it doesn't mix, it's good. You don't want it to mix sometimes. Okay, so that guide was good, because if we didn't have the guide, we would be going a lot slower. And when you go slower, you're not going to get the blend, right? So here now, the guide has helped us get a blend, and I'm going to leave it that way. There's a lot of things we are going to do on top of these paintings that we've done. Okay. All right. So now we have Sapna, Varsha, Vidyut. All right. Vidyut is the next name we have on the list. Now what am I going to do with Vidyut? I'm going to try another lettering, because this is a big name. Let's try one color. Okay. Let's try Vidyut with one color. Which color shall I take? Something I haven't taken before. I am going to do green. What green is this? This is emerald green. Let's try Vidyut with some emerald green. Now I'm making a juicy mix here again, and I'm trying a different hand lettering style. It's just so juicy paint is the only way you'll get these kind of comfy lines. Okay, Vidyut. There you go. Vidyut is done. Now we go on to the next name. So A, Vidyut, Shivangi. Shivangi is also a big name. Let's think of something else to do with Shivangi. What could I do? Let's make a design. Okay, for this I'm going to take my pen. Where's my pen? Size 7. Okay, and I'm going to do something thick. I love banners. So I'm going to write. Let me just give myself a banner like this. Is so cute. And we're going to write inside Shivangi. What you're trying to estimate is the space, right? Okay, so Shivangi is going to fit in that little banner like shape. Let's try. All right, close off your banner here. If you're learning to sketch something interesting, banners are definitely something you should learn to draw. All sorts of banners. It's so much of fun. You can do so much with a banner once you know how to make a good looking banner. Okay, that's it. Now I could choose to make this a little prettier by having, let's say, a flower. And maybe a leaf sticking out. And one flower here. With a leaf sticking out as well. Simple. See, I'm not going for too much of detail. That's good enough. And now I'll take that larger pen of mine, which is my size 10 and write Shivangi's name a little bolder so that I'm using these fine liners only because they are waterproof once dry, and I'm going to go over this in watercolor, which means I need it to be waterproof, right? One more detail we could put, since I love adding, I always love to add something more, is this. Just makes it a little dainty, right? You could also add some nice veins. Yeah. Why am I shortening my words? Veins. Gentle veins if possible. Okay, so Shivangi's drawing is done. What am I going to do with Shivangi's drawing? Yeah, we'll color that in later. So Vidyut, Shivangi, Anuradha. Anuradha is another A, and I was going to put Anuradha here, so we'll go on to the next person. Asmita. Asmita, let's see, what can we do with Asmita? I'm just trying to think. I did this with my the experiments I tried. So what I'm doing is I'm going to sketch a tube of paint. Okay, tube of paint. I'm just trying to see get myself a nice color. We could give it a color that I know Asmita likes something that's pink. So a pink tube of paint. Okay. If you're wondering what I'm up to looking at a tube of paint I could mimic. I'm just going to look at a tube of paint. I have one here. Hold on. Here's a tube of paint. I'm going to draw this in here. Wishy-washy line. Narrows down a bit. Now mind you, we have to fit the word Asmita. So whenever you are drawing the length of an item that you're going to fit a name into, remember to do that while you're drawing. So for example, in this case I'd like to write Asmita. So I'm trying to think of how we could best do this. Okay. Oops, pen is bleeding. Obviously this is very old paper. Now we have to put in a lid and some lines here, and that's good enough, right? So that's done. We're going to color this in. These are uniball fine liners. I have two sets, either uniball or Sakura's Sakura fine liners. Both do the my Pigma Micron. Both of these are perfectly fine for watercolor artwork to go over it because they are water and fade proof both. So this is very, very important. They have to be water and fade proof. Okay, since my pen is out and my images are starting to dry, I'm going to put in the detail that I wanted to put earlier. So this is one. I'm going to put a thread through my bunting. Okay, and what was the name here? Oh, I was supposed to put Sapna's name and I put only 4. So I'm going to look for a name that has 4. Only Alka. Okay, Alka it is. So Alka gets her name on this. What a mistake that was. But no mistakes. Just new things to do. Alright. And that's it. So Sapna's gonna get another one. I don't know how I messed that up. Now here, what do we do here? Right? Simple. Take a brush, small brush maybe, smaller brush, size 3. And I'm gonna go with red. Shall we go with red? Red is a nice color. Yes, red is a nice color. So scarlet, I go with scarlet. I'm gonna put these absolutely simplistic flowers. It's like what kids do, right? That's it. Put a few of these kiddie flowers in a single color. Sorry, I have kids in the background who refuse to listen to me. Okay, I'm going to put some flowers here too. Big, small, whatever you want to do actually. Excuse me, got this bad cold. Okay, one step further, if you want, if you like to do it, you can you can include one more flower if you want. Oh, it's too watery. Now you can choose to go over this outline with that same red. Oh, you can't see what I'm painting. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it better now? Ah, it must have gone too close to the edge. Sorry about that. I didn't look at the screen to see whether it was. Okay. Now whose name was next? So we did Harshini, Devashri. We could do Sapna or Varsha. Shall I do Sapna? Let me do Sapna. Sapna. Now we are fitting in the space we have. So S-E. I want to make sure it's well spaced. Yeah, okay. Only because of that. Otherwise, I would have just not bothered. I made a mistake, but I'm just going with it now. And the mistake was I used the wrong size of brush. Size that I'm not comfortable with. I was in so much of a hurry to draw. So we have Sapna, we have Alka. A is still drying. Is it dry enough? Okay, we'll have to see about A. Let's wait. Okay, Shivangi. Now because this is a banner, I like to put yellow ochre. Yellow ochre is a great color for banners, okay? Light yellow ochre gives it a nice banner-like color. Take a thick brush. Now I should change my brush. Thick brushes are nice because you don't want to rub the paper too much when you are applying. It's like a wash. So apply and just move on and try not to go over it too many times. If you can, help it. Like I said, these colors are supposed to be water and fade proof, but you can see that it does. The sharpness is gone, right? So that's the reason why I said let's not rub over the pen. The alternative was that you could have left it and done it afterwards. Okay, so sometimes I'm just so much in a rush. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, Asmita. Now Asmita's, what I'm going to do is it's a tube of paint which is going to be grayish for the body, and we're going to give the body this part, like the what do you call this, tag, no, not the tag, what is it? The sticker around the watercolor tube. We're going to give that some color. But first, let's give it a gray shade. For gray, you can either choose to make, take black and lighten it, black paint, or you can take ultramarine blue, okay, and a little bit of burnt umber. Mix the two, and you get a lovely gray shade. But it has to be very, very watered down. So this way. Can you see the gray? Alright. We'll go in with it. It's quite watered. We'll go in with the next color a little later. I'm going to leave this for now. Next name. So I missed somebody's name. Harshini, Devashri, Sapna, Varsha. So let's do something for Varsha. Varsha, we can try something different. Okay. Varsha. Six letters. So similar to Harshini's, what I can do is I could try and do a multicolor. Okay, so I'm doing this freehand. Maybe I should do it this way. Turn my paper around. And I'm going to make boxes. Odd shaped boxes next to each other. So orange, yellow, and I'm this time going for a really light yellow. See, quadrilaterals, but odd shaped ones. Green, maybe a little darker green. They're all more or less aligned at the bottom. Huh? That's the important part. So that's 4. Varsh, blue. Let's put a blue. Like trapezium shaped things. Okay. And finally a little purple. Magenta in my rack. Okay. That's it. And I leave this as it is. It needs to dry. So that's Varsha. Now who are we missing? I have a list, people. And I'm going through a list. Harshini, Devashri, Sapna, Varsha is here. Vidyut is done. Asmita, Shivangi, yes, Shivangi is done. Anuradha. Anuradha is one I kept this for. So I'm going to see whether I can still do Anuradha. I'm going to leave Anuradha's name out. And that's the name I want. I want it big. Sonali, Amulya. Let's try Sonali. I'm just thinking what I should do. So many ideas, sometimes you're not sure. Let's try an S for Sonali. And not your regular S. Let's try making, those badges? Rally badges. They're round. And they have some sort of a outline. Has to be very loose. You may not be able to see it, and don't worry if you can't, it's okay. It's not much. And then they got these ribbons, right? stick out from the side. So here we could put a nice S, and when I mean nice, I mean well shaped. Something like this, yeah, for Sonali. So I could draw this in with line with a micron pen, but I don't feel like doing it first. Let me do it after if I really need to. Okay, so let's try this badge. What color shall I put? Green on the inside, not bad. Yeah, green on the inside, and I'm going to keep that paper white for the S. So outline your letter carefully. If you feel you need a thinner brush, use a thinner brush. Mine is actually quite pointed. The tip is quite pointed, so I just feel comfortable with this. But if you feel you need to take a thinner brush, please do. The thickness and the thinness of a brush are all dependent on your comfort. It's not really it's not something I could say is set in stone, something that is fixed for anyone really. It changes according to the person. So depending on your hand, your comfort with the fine brush, the tip, lots of things. It's not even a brand of brush. I feel sometimes I feel like even like one person's favorite brand is not somebody else's, right? So you have to be comfortable. Brush is a very personal thing. You have to be comfortable with a particular brush to get the best out of that brush, and then you should know how to manipulate that brush to get the desired outcome. So definitely not, so I'm not for advising someone to go with a particular brush. Use what you like as long as you're getting the desired results, and to that end you have to experiment. There is no easy way out. Experiment and you'll figure what works for you. Alright, that's an S. I'm going to let that dry, but the outline is going to be blue, and the bottom, let's make it red. Yeah, because red is like so cool, right? It's such a bright color. Red, or even magenta. Actually, magenta is also a nice color. Maybe magenta. Let's do magenta. So because it's a darker color, I'm just going to be a little careful applying it along the border, because and these are watercolor stickers, so remember they have to be thoda uneven. That's the fun. They don't have to be perfectly well shaded, and they don't have to. You'll find a blob here or there, and that's fine. Gives it its charm, watercolory charm. And not the best paper, remember. You're not using the best paper here, so always bear that in mind. Now going back to a few things. Now I don't paint over this, so I want to just flip it over because I don't want to get my hand on wet paint. A few things to color in. One is Shivangi's flowers. I was thinking of maybe using a very funny, almost opaque color here. This is in the new Camel set. It's almost gouache in its color, in its texture. Maybe I could say, maybe, yeah. See, it's not as transparent as regular watercolor, so it's a funny color. Let me just put it that way. It's a funny color. But you don't know how good funny is until you try it, right? Next thing, I also want to give some shade to the banner, and so the same what color was this? Yellow ochre. Dip it in a little bit of brown. Which brown? what brown is this? Burnt umber. Just a little bit. And give it a shade there. Yeah. If you feel it's too much, lift off. Dry your brush and just lift off a little bit of your paint. That's it. Now going to Asmita's. I said Asmita likes, she likes something that's called Queen Rose, and I'm going to use the next best replacement for Queen Rose, that is Crimson. Queen Rose is a lovely color, not available in all watercolor palettes or with all brands. I think Camlin doesn't have it to the best of my knowledge, but I could be wrong. But I know that Asmita likes Queen Rose. She uses it often in her florals. So I'm going to give her some Queen Rose, a tube of Queen Rose, like Queen Rose. There you go. Wherever the watercolor is pooling, I'm going to put it down now. Yeah. Just drag the water out of that area. Use whatever brush allows you to do this fine work, and move the color around the alphabets that are written. Okay, so we've put some Queen Rose in here. Okay, now what I want to do also with this, it's still looking a little flat, so what I'm going to do is go back with a little bit of the gray, add like a dot of black into it, just a wee bit to make it darker, and start putting a little bit of shadow around certain places. For example, this is a what do you call it? Is a tube, right? A tube is slightly spherical, so see whether you can add that spherical effect by adding some shade along the sides. Okay. Another thing I would recommend is spherical is also there on this, or cylindrical, not spherical. Wrong term, my goodness. Cylindrical. So if you want that cylindrical shape to show on the cover as well, put it in at the edge. Little bit pigment at the edge. Fade it in with the rest of the color, and that's it. Okay. Alright. Coming back to Shivangi's, can we paint the green? I don't know. We'll have to try. Sap green, sap green. I love sap green, so you'll find me painting mostly in sap green. Oops, just what I was trying to avoid. This is me being hasty to paint. Should have gone on to something else. Look at how I messed it up. Nevertheless, tissue will always come to the rescue. Okay, flipping over, let's go back. So how many names? We need to do the blue of this. I'm not going to touch it yet. We need to write Varsha's name here, and we have a little space, but I'm not sure whether I can do anything much in that space. Maybe one more name. Is there a long name? Okay, maybe I can do a call out. Call outs are good fun too. Maybe here, let's see. Call out would be this way. Yes, no other Asmita, it's you. There is no other Asmita, at least not intended for this this sticker is coming to you. Okay, whose name next? S was Sonali. Amulya. For Amulya, what shall we do? Something different in the lettering? Something different. What shall we do? Maybe I should give it a base color. You know, what color should I give a call out? Sky blue, teal. Oh, there's another color on the 48 palette. What is it called? Aqua green. Cute, no? Aqua green is a lovely shade. Again, like that pink that we used for Shivangi's name, it's more gouache than watercolor to me, quite non-transparent, but perfect for these kind of things, right? Because we don't get this kind of a shade. Even with our mixes, we don't get such a this sort of a color, a blue-green mix. Teal, I would have put it as teal. Aqua green, the same, I guess. Okay, let that dry. Okay, so I have a page. What are we going to do with this? This is where you could add one more tool to your list of tools. Like we already have enough. You can either take a white jelly roll pen and write the name along this side, or I have seen this too. You could go across entirely and write in black. That is also possible. Or you can just write the name on the side, and that will also look pretty. So I'm going to practice writing in pencil because I'm so worried about this. Anuradha, right? Yeah. Radha. Yeah, why not? And with what number is this? I'm going to use. Sorry, my nose is really running. Okay, number 3.3. That's my 0.5. 0.7. I always manage to misplace. Did I not take 10? I didn't take a 10. Oh, my fault. I didn't take a 10. My fault. So I'm going to just write it out here. What I'm trying to do here is show you that you can do so much without too much of skill. You don't necessarily need fancy lettering skills and stuff like that. Of course, it helps. Definitely good to have that skill. But if you didn't have it, you can still make a whole lot of things. Okay, I'm coming back to this. I'm tempted to use a white. Okay, I really am. But I'm not sure my white will behave itself. And so I'm going to just do it without the white. Size 0? No, where's my size 0? Size 0 is here. Size 0? Yeah, this is size 0. I'm taking my size 0 and going in with some fun colors. So what is this color here? Rose Madder Hue. Let's see. V-A-R Rose Madder Hue. Alright, not bad. V-A-R. Shall we try the white on my palette? The white on most of our palettes is actually useless because we can't really use white in watercolor. It doesn't serve any real purpose. We lose transparency when we add white to anything, so which is not what we want, right? But if you use it like this, where we hardly put water to it, V-A-R-S-H You could still have some use for the white on your palette. Alright. What else am I going to do? Blue. What else? I want to use yellow, but yellow is not going to stand out. So I'm going to go with something dark. Oh. Nice color, but not nice next to the red. We definitely need a yellow here, but let's see. Okay, fingers crossed it's going to look okay, because I'm going to take a nice concentrated shade of yellow. Oh no, that's not going to even show. Okay, so how do we fix this? I'm going to try putting some white into it. That same white that we were talking about earlier. Okay, let's see. Will it serve the purpose? Yeah, okay, not bad. We have to see how it dries. Alright, brushes is done. Can we come back to... No, Asmita, yours is looking nice, but not nice enough. I want it a little darker. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more of grey and see whether I can add that in. And maybe a little bit of that pink as well. So I was just saying that these are, I know you like pink. Purple, is it? Oh, oh. Clearly I did not get that right. You like purple, huh? Next one. The next sticker is going to be purple, okay? If, actually, why? Maybe we make some purple flowers for you. How about that? Now what are we left with? Shivangi's. Ah yes, we have to put a little bit of something for Shivangi here. Oops, too dark, too dark, too dark. Sometimes I don't realize how. Actually, it's not so bad dark, right? It's looking okay. Oh, Varsha. Oh, I see. So where were you saying purple? Purple on the A. On this A? Okay. Pink is good. Sorry, I'm reading your comments in delayed. Yeah, you're right. A dark purple on this would have definitely looked good. Sure, absolutely. Now I'm going back to finishing Shivangi's S, and that's going to be what shade? Cobalt. I like that Camlin blue. It's looking nice. I don't know how good it look. Yeah, I know it is looking white. In person, it will not look so white, but yes, you're right. It is looking white, but the yellow is hardly standing out. So you know how it is. Okay. Now for Shivangi's this little badge, okay, I'm going to go in and put this, and then over here, just for fun, I'm going to leave a circle everywhere at all the scallops. I'm going to go over the scallop once and under it, and then just put that circle in. Okay, so scallop goes like this, and then we come in with this and put a small circle here. Watercolor is too watery. I'm not being careful. I'm going to do a little bit of dragging. Too much watercolor buildup. So much of paint I put that I don't need to pick up more paint. There you go. Not bad, no? You can yet make it look good. Let's see. I've taken very simple motifs only because it's doable, right? When you look at it, you think, okay, yeah, I can do this. Not everything has to be like some fabulous piece of art or something. You have fun stuff. Simple stuff is also fun. A lot of fun. In fact, we ease up with the simple stuff. Okay. Over here, we can try one more lettering, which I thought of. Suddenly it occurred to me. Some tube light goes on. Sometimes. Amulya. This is Amulya's name. We could write it this way. A M U L Y A. Write it this way and then put your connectors. Yeah, I agree. Simple stuff is a lot of fun. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of beautification, just because I've got nothing better to do, clearly. Sapnas, I'm going to put a little bit of shading. Why keep it simple when you can complicate it, right? Entirely optional, didn't have to do that. Oh, sorry, out of the screen. Vidyut, yeah. So Harshini and Vidyuta had kept it for that reason. I completely forgot. I could make this A look a little better by putting line under it, like a shadow, similar to this. So what we should do is, I'm just thinking out loud how to. Okay, let's come back to this. I don't want to. I'll take my thin brush, size 0. Is it 0? Yeah, 0. And go over this. You can make a lot of mistakes, but these are stickers and not going to be framed, so take a risk. do what you like and enjoy it. So what is it I wanted to do with this one? Vidyut. Hand will be wet. Must check all the time. I need to check. Excuse me. Okay. When you're putting your hand over something that may be wet, remember to just keep a paper. Okay, because this is a good idea. Okay. For Vidyut, I'm going to write her name. Very similar to what I did for Amulya. Okay, so we're going to do a draggy alphabet. V I D Y U T H. Now, unfortunately, this would have been better with this would have been better on a lighter color, right? So this is how you figure it out. Sometimes you just do it and then you realize, oh, could have been better. Yeah, so definitely if you want to put something across, it's nice to put it on light color. Similarly, let's do one with Harshini. But Harshini, let's put her name. I'm going to do the same thing actually, but I'm not going to do it across. I'm just going to do it over a small space. Is this dry? Yeah, let's put it this way. Alright. So Harshini's name, I'm just going to put it here at the bottom. Let's see how it looks. Mistake, mistake. It's alright. See? Okay. So now that my page is complete, I don't know if you can see it. I'll just lift my... Now comes the fun stuff. The cutting, right? Everyone's name in. 1, 2, 3. So who am I missing now? Anuradha is done. Amulya is done. Where is it? Our pencil. So Anuradha is done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Something we missed. Alka. Yeah, we had Alka as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, what did I miss? S. Oh yeah, Sonali. Okay, I forgot Sonali. Sonali is there too. And Amulya is next. Oh yeah, I forgot tick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. 11 names. And now we get to the fun stuff. Cutting. When cutting stickers, personally, this is so personal. I don't like to impose this on people. You have to figure it out for yourself, what you like and what you don't like to do. I know a lot of people love to cut their stickers precisely, and that's nice. That's very nice. Precisely in the sense along the exact border of the image itself. I love to do that too. But what I love more is leaving that little white space. So before you cut your sticker, take off the cumbersome stuff. Okay. So I'm going to leave this white around it and cut off all my stickers. Okay, this one's tricky. This is also tricky. Come very close. So when you're doing stickers in a book, remember to leave a little bit of an allowance for cutting. You don't want to end up sacrificing. Oh no, look at this. Not good. Let's see if we can do it. White is really necessary. Yeah, absolutely. We forget about it, sometimes in our haste to finish off. Okay, so I've separated everybody's, and now what I like to do is leave just a little bit of white. Your cutting skills will really be tested now. I found it very handy to cut moving the paper and not the scissor. So see what I'm doing? I'm letting the scissor go, but my left hand is kind of navigating where the paper will. The scissor simply, yeah, exactly. So I will do one with exact edge just to show you how that looks, but I somehow feel like when it's a sticker, let it look like a sticker, right? The little buffer at the side makes it look so cute. It makes it pop. Actually, it gives it a frame, right? It's a optic thing. When there's a frame to something, it makes the whole artwork stand out, right? But that's a personal choice. I'm going to definitely cut one sticker without that edge and show you the difference, because you have to see it to know what it is. But I do a lot of cutting, and so I'm quite impatient when I cut fast. There you go, Shivangi sticker. Now let's try this one without the white, okay? Just so that we can see. This is exact cutting. I'm not leaving that white border. Okay. Patient process. If you're listening to a podcast, good time to listen to a podcast is when you're doing all this stuff. And you have no one to trouble you. Right now I have a bunch of kids sitting outside waiting to barge in. Not the best time to do cutting work. Alright, so this is Sonali's. I should actually write her name somewhere. Let me see if I can do that or not. S for Sonali. So there you go. Now this is obviously not standing out because it is on a dark surface. Let me bring my sheet of paper and show you how that looks. It looks nice too, right? And that's Shivangi. I'm going to go back to little outline because I like it. Like I said, personal choices. You can choose whatever you like. It's your sticker. You can do whatever you like with it. Amulya's call out. A very basic sticker. In fact, not much, nothing much. So I should probably make another one. It's a little more jazzy. Yeah, I know. This thing is getting. Let me do yours, Asmita. I'm going to leave a border, okay, because I like it. How can you rest, but when you have so much to paint? Yeah, correct. So I will leave the outlined ones on the black desk itself. The desk is dark, so then it will stand out. You're right. Oops. Cute, no? Fun. There you go. Shivangi, Amulya. I'm gonna keep this one on top here. Now Varsha's is a little up and down, so try to give this up and down when you are cutting. It looks cute instead of having a straight line, and that's the whole point of making these quadrilaterals a little bit differently sized. We should have made it a little up and down ourselves, right? Mama, have you finished? I have an inquiry. Where to put, huh? Don't put it anywhere. Put it inside any of your, anywhere. Doesn't matter. It's just fun stuff. Put it on an envelope or a card. Oh, who do you send the card to? Envelope. Maybe like a return address from Asmita. Wouldn't that be fun? Back of an envelope from Asmita and a tube of paint and your address under it. It'll look cute. It'll look very cute. I can imagine the envelope. Okay, now this kind of a thing where we have the alphabets exposed, no outline. Thanks, Devashri. Yours, we'll do yours next. Where you have the alphabet exposed, follow the spacing around the letter as much as you can. It's nice, it gives that cloudy effect, cloud-like effect. Okay. Turn your paper nicely. Go in for the Y's and the U's wherever you can, wherever space allows. See the D here, the I. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the mail that I'm gonna get. I already have got one or two, and it's so much of fun. Just, the postman comes with this mail and I'm like, come on, give it to me, I'll sign it. Just give it to me. Waiting to rip it open. Last time I was like, he's like, madam, 1 minute. Just put your name down. Just put your phone number. And then you can have it. So that's how impatient I can get. And everyone at home also gets so excited. They see some colorful. Not too long ago when I went out of town and I came back, I got a whole lot of art mail while I was out. In those 4 days, suddenly there was so much, and when I came home it was sitting there. Oh my, how pleased I was. Just want to drop my bag and pick up everything and go through all the mail I got. There you go. Vidyut. Varsha's is okay. Yeah, Varsha. Let's do Devashri. Devashri's is here. Here. Good fun one. I like florals. Wishy-washy lines. Of course, cutting makes all the difference, and it's nice not to make only squares and circles, where you paint inside and it's like a fixed shape. This kind of odd shapes and all, they make such a big difference. Such a big difference. We don't realize. I know it's tedious to cut, for sure. But, just that little bit more that makes it really nice. And this time we are not putting any cello tape over it, nothing. It's just going to go as it is. And if you have clumsy kids like mine, water may fall on it and it may ruin or get smudged. So just be a little careful where you put it. Maybe not on a surface that comes close to water because these are not protected, but anywhere else it should work. Alright, there you go, Devashi. Now Anuradha's is going to be a little tricky because on one side everything is smooth, okay, and then it comes to her name and we're going to go around that name, and it's small letters. Also this pencil mark which I haven't erased, so I'm going to have to erase carefully now. Can you see how much I just play around with the paper? Like, see how I'm turning the paper? You'll have to do something like this if you want to make the cutting process easy. In between portions, that's the next question I get often. What do we do about these alphabets where there are in between portions? X-Acto knife. What is an X-Acto knife? An X-Acto knife is, or a cutting cutter, paper cutter will work. So this is an X-Acto knife. Okay, sorry, my camera is moving. This is an X-Acto knife, and you can use an X-Acto knife. My hands are not seen, sorry. I didn't realize. And you can use this X-Acto knife to cut out this portion in between. I'm not sure, I don't like doing it on the table, it ruins the table. What you need for this is a cutting mat. I'm going to just bring mine here. Can you see my cutting mat? With this X-Acto knife, I can just put a mark here, and just that little bit in the middle can be cut out. There. See? Okay, I'm going to take this mat off. It's cumbersome. You could also do this outline entirely with an X-Acto knife. So don't think you can't. I should tell you, you can do all this cutting with an X-Acto knife. But I'm just better with the scissor. So I end up doing things with the scissor. Okay, my border is getting a little thick. Make it thin. There you go. There you go. Okay, so these are piling up now. 1, 2, 3, Shivani, Varsha. Let's move that thing up a bit. Devashri, Vidyut, Sapna. What are we left with? We're left with Alka and Harshini. Coming to the end of it. Now the remaining names I'll do another time when my head is not splitting. Right now it is. So I want to stop soon. Finish this lot.
For live or class?
Live. I've obviously kept everybody waiting. Whole family is waiting to burst into one room. Isn't that how it works? When you decide to do work, everybody wants to be close by. these are, you could do this if you want to, that is go down as low as you want, up to you. Harshini, and finally Alka. Okay, one sheet of paper, that's all we used, just one sheet of paper. And we got so many stickers. If you are planning to keep stickers for like ready to use when you need it, I would say just paint it and leave it in the book, or if you have a book, that is, leave it, don't cut it all in one go, and then personalize it when you need it. Like for example, this bunting, you can make a 4-letter 5-letter bunting and keep it without writing the alphabets, and when you have to put that sticker, let's say on a gift, you're giving it somebody a birthday gift, just pull out that bunting, cut it out, put your alphabets as per the name, and stick it onto your gift. How cute will that look, right? There'll be a lot of wooing and eyeing about the sticker only, more than the gift. So good place for stickers. Children of course love to stick on every surface possible. That's Alka. So I'm done with 11. Did we count 11? How do I forget? I keep forgetting this count. Okay. So according to my list, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do we have 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Correct. 11 stickers. Not bad, right? So this is the fun stuff all together. You can't see it. It's all here. I'm going to now, I'll take a photo and put this on Instagram so you can see it in more detail. I still have another 10 names to go, so maybe another time, but we can try all sorts of fun stuff, yeah, with stickers. Leave them as they are, just basically put glue at the back, stick it and use it. That's it. All right, thank you. Thanks Devashri and Rasmita for joining. You will get your respective stickers soon, I hope. I'll see you later. Bye.